WASSCE 2025, Core Mathematics, question number 8. A. Mr. Mensah planned to plow 120 acres of farmland each day. Due to unforeseen circumstances, 85 hectares could be plowed each day, resulting in an increase in the planned time by 2 days, with 40 acres of the land still remained to be plowed. Calculate the I. Number of days Mr. Mensah planned to plow the land initially. II. Total area of the land. Solution. Okay, so the number of acres Mr. Mensah planned to plow each day initially is the 120 acres. So 120 acres. Yes. Now, let the number of days he planned to use to plow the land equals X. The question didn't give us, so let's assume that to be X. So the total area of the farmland is equal to A. The total farmland, or the total area of the farmland, is going to be the 120 acres times the number of days, which is equal to 120x. Okay. Now, due to the unforeseen circumstances, the number of acres he plowed each day is 85 acres. And the number of days he used is, we were told, 2 days more. So 2 days more than the X. So it's going to be X plus 2. Okay. And then we are also told that the number of acres left to be plowed is 40 acres. So number of acres still left to be plowed is equal to 40. So again here, the total area of the farmland is equal to B. So it is equal to the 85 times the number of days, which is X plus 2, plus the 40. So let me put this in bracket and see what acres. And then here too, let's say this is acres. Okay. Now, so A, total area of the farmland, is equal to, here again, total area of the farmland, which is also equal to what? B. Now, A is 120x, which is equal to 85 into x plus 2 plus 40. So let's solve this equation. So it is 120x is equal to, when we multiply this by this, we get 85x. We multiply this by that, it gives us plus 170, and then plus the 40. Now, lack of space, let's come here. We are grouping like terms. So it becomes 120x minus, because this crosses the equal to sign, 85x is equal to, when we add this to that, it gives us 210. So we subtract this from that, it gives us 35x, which is 210. We divide both sides by 35. We have x is equal to 210 over 35. When we do the division, it gives us x is equal to 6. So we conclude by saying, therefore, the number of days Mr. Mensah planned initially to plow the land or the farmland is equal to 6 days. Okay, so the first one we calculated for is AI, which is 6 days. Now the AII, therefore, the total area of farmland is equal to T. And according to what we calculated earlier, the total is going to be 120x. But x is equal to 6, which we have calculated. So T is equal to 120 times 6. T finally gives us 920 acres. B, the B part of the question says that a town, Poki, 5 degrees north, and another town, Sophie, at 6.8 degrees north on the Earth's surface. Find, correct to the nearest whole number, the distance between the two towns. Take pi is equal to 22/7 and capital R being the radius of the Earth to be 6,400 kilometers. Okay, so now let's come to the solution. So we are told that Poki and Sophie are two towns on the Earth's surface. So we say let Poki is equal to P and Sophie is equal to what? S. So first of all, you draw the globe as you see on the board. It's very simple. And then the first thing you need to locate is the equator, which is latitude 0 degrees. Okay, they are all circles. So first of all, I drew the diameter and then drew the circle, equator. And we are told that Poki is on latitude 5 degrees north of the equator. So it must be north of the equator. So that is what we see here. That's the diameter of that circle and then the circle. And then latitude 6.8 degrees north, also here. Now, the question didn't explicitly give us the longitude on which we find these two towns, Poki and Sophie. So it tells you that it is longitude 0 degrees. So that is the longitude 0 degrees. So look at where we have Poki here. And then we have Sophie also to be here. So now, in order for us to calculate the distance between Poki and Sophie, it is important to bring out the longitude 0 degrees, which is a great circle. So we have brought it out. So we have Poki and Sophie. So Poki and then what? Sophie. And remember, because it is a great circle, the radius are always capital R, which is the radius of the Earth. So the next thing we have to do is to calculate for the angle, the arc PS subtend at the center. So it is also called latitude difference. So we say that the angle subtended at the center of arc PC is 6.8 degrees minus 5 degrees, which is equal to 1.8 degrees. So the angle here is 1.8 degrees. Okay, before we continue, let me explain why I subtracted instead of adding. When you have two latitudes on the same part of the hemisphere, nothing, you subtract to get the latitude difference. So here we have the two towns both on the same hemisphere, which is the northern hemisphere. So we need to subtract the smaller one from the bigger one to get the latitude difference. So that was what we did here. And so we say that this is equal to theta, and then theta is equal to what we have calculated. So this is theta. Now, therefore, let us conclude. Therefore, the distance between the two towns is equal to D, which is the theta over 360 times 2 pi r. And we know that, okay, this is P. D is equal to the theta, we know it to be 1.8 degrees over 360 degrees times 2 pi is 22/7 times r. The capital R is lack of space. Let me write it here. lack of space. So I'm writing 6400 kilometers. So it is this times that times that. So we have D is equal to, now when we multiply the numerators, we are going to get 506880 over, when we multiply this by that, it gives us 2520 kilometers. So D is equal to, when we do the division, it is going to give us 201.143 kilometers. Now, but the question says we should calculate to the nearest whole number. So to the nearest whole number, this is less than 5. So we are going to have D being equal to 201 kilometers. Then we put into bracket nearest whole number. Subscribe, like, share, and discuss with your friends. Thank you.